You couldn't have hit the tailgate where it's already f***ed? Oh, buddy, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that is a good one. That sucks. Might as well put the fucking E60 into her now. Okay, so update on our Phelpson project. So everything around the pool for concrete is done. We got the footing on the outside, hard bottoms on the inside. Once we did that, we also put in the kiddie pool, which is gonna have our waterfalls. This perimeter wall is gonna be a two-tiered system. The one in front is gonna be lower, but it's gonna retain everything that we're putting in the garden. There's gonna be roughly a 3-foot inside dimension for our garden, which is gonna tie into just over 5 feet going up to our waterfall. The reason why it's bigger going up to our waterfall is because we need to build 2 walls on the backside that are going to remain hollow so that we can run all of our plumbing of it coming from the pool equipment so that I can power the waterfalls that we're going to have up top. So all this is spec'd out. There is a lot of math in it. As you can see, there's a bunch of string lines everywhere because we got to be square with what we're dealing with in regard to the house and to the pool. But we also need to have respect for our heights with meeting up with the top of the pool wall. So this is going to shoot all the way down. The wall we're using is Fascia Iconic by Teco. It's a 3-piece system. You've got your base plate on the bottom that has these grooves in it for locking in the little tongue on the bottom of the wall block. Then you got your structural unit, and then you got your fascia plate. And you can see here on the side, once you put the fascia plate on and you put the next wall unit on, it locks again in a tongue and groove system on top, and then you put in these pieces in the joint to make sure that the wall blocks don't shift back and forth. So when we do that on the inside here, we're going to be layering it with geo for structural backfill and everything we have going on for the pool. But this is going to be 2 walls following each other in symmetry, except this one's going to be higher because we need to be for our pool pad, and it's also so that the plants can have a bit of a backdrop. And then as we continue going all the way around, once we get to that corner of the pool wall, everything here is intersected in the corner. So this wall is going to continue to go down. This is going to come this way. We're going to fill up on the inside with material and use GeoGrid on it as well for stabilizing all of our fill. And then it's going to meet up with wall block that we're going to stack on top of our bond beam on the pool wall, so that everything that we build here is going to be higher than the pool deck so you can visually see the waterfalls from inside the house. This system is going to be perfectly symmetrical over on that side as well, which is tying into a sunken fire pit we're going to have in the south end of the property. And then we're using Aberdeen slabs for going all around the pool in rock garden brown to match the fascia panels that are on the front of the wall. And then our caps are York in chocolate brown, which is going to match everything we're doing on top of the waterfall and for the pool coping as well. We're going to have offset stairs going up to the new patio doors on either side with a hot tub in between. And then liners yet to be determined, but I kind of feel like I already know what color they're going to go with. And then the auto cover is mocha. So everything in here is getting the brown tones. The browns are in. It's going to look awesome. The plant palette that we have going in here is going to look great. Once we're done here, we're going to get going on the front, do a heated walkway, more planting, more lighting, front entrance sign. The list goes on. This is going to be an insane job. I'm very excited to showcase it to all you guys, but there's a lot of math and a lot of prep we have to do before we do that. But we're just going to keep rolling day by day and keep making progress and take it one step at a time. That is bonded to this. If I can pull on that, it's gonna everything around this pool. I don't care about this small stuff, but I do not want to touch that. Okay, so probably 2 of the most common things that get used in our job site is GeoGrid and geotextile. A lot of people get them confused. Geotextile is for the separation of native soil and all the granular stuff that we're putting on top, whereas GeoGrid is for stabilizing all of our backfill. So this can be used in a couple different applications. We're going to be using it here on the back side of our wall for retaining everything going up against the one for on the pool deck side. But we also, if you watch the previous video when the guys working at Friday Harbor, we got it in a longer form and we spread it across 3 lanes. But we put this in between our fill with our 3/4. So when you put the stuff in, it basically, let me get rid of that. When you put this stuff in, you sandwich it on a wall block and you roll it out. So when it's sandwiched in a wall block, you have, you know, 3 or 4 feet, depending on what size roll you have, stick back into your backfill. When you put your 3/4 clear on top of that and behind your wall, it's basically putting opposite lateral pressure on that wall and mechanically stabilizing all your fill. So as the material wants to push the wall forward, the material is coming down on the geogrid, which is sandwiched in your wall block, and it's helping pull the wall back, which minimizes movement. So when you put it in a base, it's doing the same thing, except for the material shifting this way. So when we did Friday Harbor, we did geotextile for separating the native soil. We put a 6-inch lift to 3/4 in there, and then we put geogrid 3 lanes wide to span the whole width, another 6 inches, and on every layer we obviously tamp it. And then we put another layer of geogrid before our HPB, so that when we put our pavers on top and we ran the roller tamper over it and we stabilized all the polymeric sand that we put in, it basically became one unit. We also like to use this stuff on driveway aprons. So if we're doing interlock in a driveway, we'll have this stick out past our work so that when the guys come in and pave, the asphalt ties in with the geogrid, which then ties in with the stone, which is then sticking on the far side again, because when you put our concrete edge restraint on it, it basically just takes 3 separate entities and makes them one. So, geogrid, geotextile, very important. If you notice here on the fascia panels, that little grate system we have right there, that's what this is. So we're going to be having a lot of Big O running in behind these walls, obviously, so we can take care of all the water and drainage that's going to run in behind our wall. This system is super slick, because you can see on the back it's got a female fitting, so your pipe goes over top, and then this part that pokes out of the wall, I'm not going to take that one off because it looks very pretty, but if this ever gets full of debris, or, you know, maybe bugs get in there, create a little nest, whatever, you can take this piece off and it allows you to clean it out free and clear. And then once you're done, plop it back in. This is obviously allowing us to come through our wall stuff, which is going to be sandwiched in between. And then for those of you who are concerned, yes, we're going to be wrapping it in filter cloth, treating it like a burrito with 3/4 clear so that nothing gets clogged up in the future. And I mean, everything that we're doing here is being built to the nines. Arguably overkill, but that's what sets us apart and makes the project last for years and years and years to come.
We're back in Pottageville. This time we're working in the front yard. Walkway, set of stairs going up to the porch. Gardens, all new sod, lighting. It'll be another good one. The operator put in my base. Dirt. We got our PVC pipes, 4-inch solid PVC that we're gonna be using to redirect downspouts. So we got these installed now, so that way once our walkway's in, we can tie in and direct water away from the house. These 2 tubes here, from that side of the patio to that side of the patio to connect all of our inlight. And then the other one is for the irrigation guys, so they can run all their irrigation on the other side of the patio.
been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
So we're back in Phelpston. It's a balmy 8,000 degrees outside today, but everything around the pool structurally is done. We got Big O running down both sides across in the garden beds, all poking out to our discharge vents that are on either side of the exterior wall. We got most of the cap in today. We're gonna finish doing that tomorrow. Then next week we got the bond beam going around the pool, the footings going in for the kiddie pool, smooth coat going in for inside of the pool. Then once that's completed, we're gonna start rolling with interlock. Once the pool deck is done, we're gonna start working on the fire pit on the right-hand side. That's gonna have an armor stone wall, garden beds, sunken in sound system, outdoor lighting, automatic igniter that's gonna be tied into their natural gas. Then once the backyard portion is done, we gotta start cranking out the front. That's gonna feature heated walkway, more gardens, more lights, front entrance sign, you name it, it's gonna be kick-ass. We're taking this day by day. I think, you know, the guys are crushing it. I'm super proud of them, and we're just gonna keep rolling and do what we do best and make this place look unreal. When stacking on these fascia panels, you have to offset your corners. So if you look here, we've got one corner running this way, the one underneath runs this way. That's why you see this gap on every other one as you come up. By offsetting that, it throws off the seams on these bricks. So we have real butt joints and we have fake butt joints, which are embedded into the stone. I don't like how these guys are coming close to meeting up. So you got a real butt joint and then you got a fake butt joint. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that cut and I'm gonna put it against that corner, even though I normally wouldn't do that because you always want your cuts to face the outside. But you won't be able to tell, I promise. And then by doing that, it's gonna be able to offset my stone another 13 inches, which is gonna rectify that problem. This is all getting buried in soil anyway, but it just kind of helps me sleep at night, you know? Way better.
It's gonna take some just to make some, so put that in your budget. Yeah, can't keep moving your dreams for cheap when you ain't even budging. What got you bugging? Make you a play, don't be scared of it.
What's crazy is how that pile, there was 3 loads of 3/4 there yesterday, or 2 days ago, plus whatever we slung into the pool on the side and the back, which was another 2 loads. So that's what, that's 5 at 22 a ton. It's like what, 110 tons worth of material around this pool so far. And we still got to the fire pit area, got HPB to come in, probably at the top of a 3/4 before we do final grade. It's a lot of gravel. A lot of rocks.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100.
Silica.
Yeah, who don't play, play, who don't play, play, who don't play, play, who don't play, It's been a long time coming. Track star, a long time running. I exterminate foes, they bugging.
iPhone case.
I want my nuggets, gold, platinum chain, call up Johnny Dang, dog, with my brains. I go off like hurricanes until my diamonds look like rain.
We had a great week at our job site in Pottageville. We're all done excavation. We laid down our geotextile, 3/4 clear stone, HPB. We're just about done the front walkway. Our gardens are filled with triple mix. We're 3.5 triaxles of triple mix in, still 1.5 to go. We started installing our garden wall edging today as well. That's geotextile, 3/4 clear stone, HPB, and then the garden wall block. Other than that, we're keeping busy. Got almost 10 feet down. 340 feet to go. We're almost there. Let's get it in today.
Yes, sir.